we're gonna be going over these viral Instagram reels, music video reels that go viral. Shout out Evan Blue Made It, because it's his style and he makes everything he makes goes viral. Once you got your clips, put them in After Effects, click on tracking, motion tracking, and you want to put this little cursor right here. You want to drag it and you want to put it on the bridge of your nose or in between people's eyeballs. You can click this little forward button and then it's going to track. Now if you notice, if you didn't shoot it well after I told you to shoot it well, your tracking is going to get messed up. That's okay though, because you can delete some of these keyframes and then it'll look way nicer. After you do that, go ahead and click stabilize, then click apply, and then now your footage is stabilized to a certain part of the screen. Go ahead and change the
position
point so the face matches to exactly where you want your footage stabilized. The first thing you're going to notice is you're going to have horrible, ugly black edges around your clip. Now, what we can do about these edges is we can scale up our footage to erase some of the edges. But what we can also do is we can add a motion tile. You're going to want to click mirror edges and then go ahead and expand the output width and output height. And then now we cleaned up all those ugly edges. What Evan does as well is he adds a vignette to his footage. So there's black bars around it and you don't really notice it since TikTok and Instagram Reels have a bunch of dead space around the edges. So we're going to look up vignette by typing VIG. And then CC vignette, we're going to drag it onto our clip. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold Alt and I'm going to click on this little stopwatch next to center. And this is Super Sauce. When this opens up, I'm going to grab this little pick whip and I'm going to drag it to the anchor point of our transform. And if you look, our center point of our vignette should be tracked to our R's face. Now all we have to do is mess with the amount and the angle to get our desired effect. So once you got how your stabilization wants to look like, now all you need to do is add zooms and other VFX to spice up the clip so people can keep watching. Evan's iconic VFX is that he does the zooms and with added keyframes. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to pre-compose your clip with the effects already on it. So I'm going to right click, pre-compose, move all attributes and adjust composition, click OK. And then you will pre-compose your clip. Now we can start our zooms. Press S on the keyboard, it'll bring up your scale. Go to where you want to zoom, which is I want one right here. So I'm going to start zoomed in. Now you'll notice it's zooming in right in the middle of our composition. We don't want that, so we're going to press Y, and then we're going to move this little crosshair right in the middle of our artist's face. So I'm going to zoom out again. You can see our zoom is now affecting our face, but we have to move the position again. So I'm going to press V and then move this position right to our 3/3. So our scale, we're still scaled up here at 129. I'm going to keyframe this. I'm going to go a couple frames forward to about right here. And I'm going to type in 100. So we go back to our original sizing. And if we take a look at this, we'll have something like this. And I think I'll zoom in right here again as well. Since I'm already keyframed, I'm going to just scale up the zoom. Take a look at this. Now they look okay, but we can make this 10 times better. If we highlight all of these keyframes and then press this little graph right here, we can select our first little graph by clicking this little middle arrow. And then I like to just click this Easy Ease. And I clicked all the lines and I like to click Easy Ease button. And that gives you more of a rounded curve. And if you take a look at it now, it looks way more smoother. I can make it, however, faster and smoother. Selecting this keyframe and moving these graphs to how I want them to look. So if you take a look at this, take a look at our first zoom in now. Does something like this, super fast. I'm going to make this a bigger wave, something like this. I'm going to make this wave a little bit bigger and drastic. So if you take a look at it, now our zooms are super fast, but it still doesn't have that oomph and that emphasis. All we need to do is exit out the graph editor, go make sure our clip is selected, toggles and switches. Now select this little motion blur right here, click that. Now if we take a look at our clip, now with added motion blur on the clip, it makes it look way more smoother. Now we can add these clone effects. There's a bunch of clone effects you can do. There's a bunch of clone effects on my channel that you can find, but some easy clone effects is either having the slide or having them scale up behind him or having clones come out. It's super simple. What we got to do first is we got to rotoscope our subject. Easy to do. Click this little button and then start drawing your subject out. After your rotoscope is done, go ahead and duplicate this with the second rotoscope layer selected. Go ahead and start animating this layer, and this is where you're going to add your effects. If we add the offset effect to this layer, so now we can start keyframing this shift to center right here. So I'm going to click this little stopwatch keyframe, and I'm going to move the x-axis, which is the one on the left, and I'm going to go a couple frames to the right and then adjust the x-axis so it looks like a little whip effect. You can see that now we can have this clone trip whip effect that Evan does a lot. And if we also add these keyframes to scale effect, we can add a clone behind our person just to make the video more interesting. If you play around with more of the effects, obviously you can create your own effects, or you can watch my videos or other people's videos to figure out more effects. What you can do is you can animate the lyrics of your song, just keep people interested more. I don't want to do that because this is an overview. So yeah, that's pretty much how to make a viral music video for 2024 because music videos are dead. That's pretty much it. All right, see you later.